Yes, thanks, Dave. Well, as long as you're in an air-conditioned office, as long as you're happy, everything's okay. But I can tell you, Steve and I here, we've really enjoyed things. Steve, unfortunately, didn't play your best game yesterday.
No, I played a bit like a rabbit in the headlights, I played against Rudolfo and he beat me. And sadly for the snooker contingent, Tony Drago went out as well to David Al-Qaedi. But looking at the larger picture of 9-ball pool, from a European perspective, obviously Ralph lost, but he lost to Marcus Shamat, a Mosconi Cup player. But it's great to see Oliver Ortmann back in town playing some great pool. And of course we've still got Thorsten Hohmann, the world champion. Can he defend the title and win it again? Who knows?
Well, and local hopes resting squarely on the shoulders of Fong Pang Chao, because the pre-tournament favorite, Chin Shun Yang, defeated last night by the Filipino star Marlon Manolo.
Yes, the Filipinos are having a great tournament here. Of course, they've got Efren Reyes and Bustamante still in the tournament, although destined to possibly meet before the final. But perhaps it's the time for the Americans to shine again. Johnny Archer, Earl Strickland, great players. It's about time they sort of put their name on that trophy again. I mean, it was the country that invented the game after all.
And we kick things off on the main table with the great Efren Reyes. That's going to whet the appetite of a lot of people.
It's always great to watch Efren play. You don't get a nickname like the Magician for nothing. He's an artist around the table. He knows every route around that table. Everybody watches him play, and I think every player can still learn from Efren Reyes.
Well, Steve, I know we're going to have a great seat commentating today, but it's all happening here at the World Trade Center. Don't miss it, folks. I promise you, it's worth the wait.
Well, a smile from Michaela.
32, race to 9, referee in charge of the
there'll be a smile on the face of Efren Reyes as well. Packed house, as you can imagine. Nick Horling and Jim Weish in commentary. Let's head over now.
The entertainer versus the machine. Sometimes these nicknames don't really apply to these players, but I think in this particular match, there's no question that they are most appropriate. The entertainer is this man here, Efren Reyes, one of the very few players in this game that other pool players will clamour to go and watch, because quite simply he sees and makes shots that others can only dream about. Jim, I know your mouth is watering at the prospect of this one. It's in terms of pool, it's a clash of cultures, isn't it?
That's the coffee dripping off my lips, Nick. This man, Efren Reyes, is the man listed under the favorite player profile list on about 70% of all the players on the planet. He's got all the tools, and the way this main table has been breaking, if there is an Achilles heel for Efren Reyes, a lot of people think it's in the breakoff. You take that out of the equation, who's better?
Oliver Ortmann is a former world champion from Germany, and anytime you've won the world championship, you've gained instant credibility and respect. Last time out, he destroyed Wolverhampton's Kevin Uzel in the round of 64, having cruised through qualification. He's looked good on this table. Efren Reyes, well, he's had no problems at all either, has he? Looked very smooth, very solid, and held off the dangerous Alex Lely in the last round. Michaela Tabb of Scotland will be in charge of things. I don't think she'll have any problems here. Two of the real gentlemen of the pool circuit.
So instantly we're going to see how this table's breaking. Wing ball down, a little bit of a cut break from Reyes. Very close as to whether or not that one passes the three into the corner pocket, but ominous signs very early for Oliver Ortmann. If Reyes gets the measure of the break, this might be a very short afternoon for him.
It's a mouth-watering day, isn't it, Jim? It really is. This table will see four former world champions, one after the other. Ortmann, Archer, Immonen, Strickland, and then throw in the likes of Efren Reyes and Luke Salvas and the local hero Fu. I mean, it's just one great match after another.
Well, anytime you get to the business end, and Reyes a little unlucky there. He intended, if he was going to miss that, it was always going to be overcut. That would have run the one safe, but he didn't intend the cue ball cannoning into the six, and that's left an opening for Oliver Ortmann. He's playing some of the best pool of his life right now. Recently moving from Munich to Hamburg, where he's putting in a lot more practice. And I can tell you he's a very proud man. Oliver, a former team captain in the Mosconi Cup, along with Mosconi Cuppers Mika Immonen, Marcus Shamat. Well, guess what? They're all wearing their Mosconi Cup t-shirts. They're very proud, these players, representing Europe. And they're still here standing, fighting in Taipei to try and take that world title back to European soil.
Yes, and a good spread of Europeans have made the last 32, Jim. We're seeing Ortmann here from Germany. We've got Finns, Swedes, an Englishman, a man from Switzerland, Spain, Norway. It's they've done well.
They don't call it the World Champions for nothing. 42 countries represented here. Oliver a little straighter on this 4 than he would have liked, Nick. I don't know whether or not he can force that around. We got movie stars in attendance. They all come out to see these top pool players.
He's learned his fashion sense from you, clearly, Jim. Yes, he's not happy, is he? Double clutching on this one.
Well, and the pressure of the opening rack doesn't help. And he did not want to cheat that ball into the other side. If anything, he wanted to try and kill it into the right-hand side as we look. Keep that cue ball in the middle. This is the type of shot now that Oliver might well have to play one of his best shots of the match to get out here.
Well, he's made the pot, but I think he's just about, you know, got the angle where he can slide that one past the 9 ball. He's sizing it up now. It's going to be a very, very fine shot if he can do it. It does look like it goes. Ooh.
Again, if he was going to miss it, it was going to be an overcut. But Oliver knows that was a chance, and you don't get many against Efren Reyes. He stayed pretty still. He hit that ball about as well as he could, missing it. But miss it he did. And can the magician capitalize here?
The frustration for Ortmann when he goes back and looks at the replay of that, he'll know that it would have gone had the shot been perfect.
The error came in leaving himself straight on the 4. Now Reyes may have missed it. Oh, I'll tell you what, I wasn't too sure that one was in. I'll bet you Efren's heart skipped a beat there. Not anymore. He secures the opening rack. 1-0 in the race to 9 against the 1995 world champion Oliver Ortmann. Early days here in the round of 32, but the pressure is building shot by shot, match by match, as we work our way down to crowning the 2004 world champion.
A long way to go, and a lot of things can happen. We've seen in the round of 64, one player will build up a big lead. You think that's it, game over, only for the other guy to get out of his chair and come storming back himself. And at 1-0, well, Reyes will love the fact that he's drawn first blood, but he's been around long enough to know that this one's hardly started.
Well, the thing about it too is that this table is breaking so easy that these players are going to be able to string racks together with alarming regularity. Case in point again, Reyes with the ball off the break, but he's not landed ideal on the 2. Did I say he didn't land ideal on the 2? Do you think Reyes is ready for this match?
You know, in terms of degree of difficulty, that was right up there, and he just looked up, sized it up, and potted it as if he'd done it 100 times before.
He has done it 100 times before, Nick. He made that look like it was hanging over the pocket, and all of a sudden, from what looked like a half a chance, Reyes has just matured it.